Good morning, Knicks Nation. This is Wednesday, the 26th day of April 2023. I hope you're all safe and healthy at this hump day midweek. I hope your family's safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field who, along with the first responders, are every day trying to save lives. And those also who pick up garbage for us to keep streets and sidewalks, parks and wrecks, stairwells, buildings, basements, backyard clean and disease free. Blessings also upon those that make deliveries of things for our convenience that we take for granted. Blessings also upon the men and women, double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help deliver, rescue, and recover the children and the teenagers that are the victims of child molestation, child abuse, pornography, pedophilia. Blessings upon those also that are victims being delivered, hopefully, from prostitution and even worse, child prostitution. Again, pornography, adult pornography, and child pornography. Human trafficking and sex, slavery, double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who profit from these things, and double curses on all perverts that create the demand of which the other perverts create the supply. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless in the United States of America, and they're mostly children. Millions around the world in similar or worse conditions, and blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, tonight's the night, y'all. It's a big night tonight. Big night tonight. The Knicks can end the series against Cleveland tonight with a win in Cleveland. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to go down to the end. But I'm going to tell you why the odds are the Knicks are going to win this game. First of all, let's just take it offensively first. Offensively speaking, for the Knicks, Cleveland has tried to double. First, they tried to put a big body on Jalen Brunson, Cedi Osman. They tried to use him. Didn't work because Brunson's footwork is just too elite, and the kid was just too big, too clumsy, couldn't stay with Brunson. Then they would put different guys on him, which is a good strategy. They tried different guys. They tried Garland along with LeVert, along with Okoro. They were different guys, especially Okoro because he's their best defender, perimeter defender. So that was the first game that worked out pretty well because the Knicks won that game. It was close. It was a close game that the Knicks won. That was actually the closest game that Cleveland that they lost. It was 101-97. But the problem was Okoro couldn't stay with Brunson the whole time, although he did a good job there. Brunson still had 27, but Okoro can't shoot. And that brings us back to the defensive side. But what they did in game 2 that caused them to win is they doubled Brunson, and then they left Mitchell Robinson to get the ball, or Julius Randle. And in that scenario, they weren't very efficient. And so the Knicks, lost 107. And 107 is not a lot of points to give up, but they lost 107-90. Then the Knicks figured out, and Tom Thibodeau countered. So when they came to double Brunson, then he outletted the ball, usually to Randall or RJ or Grimes. Now, this is why RJ really started playing well in game 3. When they got the ball to RJ, what you have is you have 2 guys on Brunson, at least for a couple of split seconds. You got 2 guys on Brunson, and then you have 3 guys guarding 4 guys. Okay. Now, generally in those scenarios is where you get your spot up 3-and-D shooter. You get the ball to that person, and that person has a pretty wide open 3. And if they're a nice shooter, they're going to hit that like great run. But RJ is not that spot up shooter, right? Consistently. But what did RJ do? So when he would get the ball off the double team, he would attack. And this is the key thing here. And this is what we need from RJ and we need from Julius. When they get the basketball after Brunson is double teamed, they need to make a decision quickly. Don't sit there. This is what sometimes both of them have a habit of doing. Don't sit there with the basketball. Once you get that ball, do a Quentin Grimes, catch and go. And that's what RJ started doing Friday, and that's what he did on the game on Sunday. Catch and go and attack. And that's what Thibodeau's been telling them both to do. Okay? Randall has been doing that pretty consistently this year. You know, times when he'd catch the ball, especially out of a double team from Brunson, he usually will catch the ball sometime or somewhere around top of the key foul line area and just attack. One dribble, dunk. When we're doing that, they can't beat us because then they got to scramble. They got to scramble to get to RJ or Randall. Okay, and they got a problem at that point. They got a problem. So, and then of course, don't let Quentin Grimes be healthy because he is I'm going to say he is elite at catch and go. Okay, he's the best on the team at catch and go. So in those scenarios, you know, the Knicks have the advantage, and there's too many weapons just on the starting five. So Jalen Brunson himself creates such a problem that, okay, so they can't double him. If they don't double him, he's going to kill you. He's going to get in the paint and he's going to kill you. Okay? And that's the death knell on any defensive-oriented team. All of them have this one certain things in common. One of them is they don't want anybody getting in the paint because you'll get a higher percentage shot in the paint. You want people shooting from the outside, the further the better, and the worse shooter, the better. So in the Knicks case now, defensively, they want Okoro shooting the basketball. Okay? They want Okoro shooting the ball, and there has been, who else? There was a core, and there was another guy who was pretty good during the season. But all of a sudden in these playoffs, he's shooting like 25%. Let's see, who is that? I think it's Sadi Osman. It was one of them cats. They want, and they are purposely allowing them to get open shots. It was, I'll tell you who it was. That's why they put Danny Green in there. Okay? That's why they put Danny Green in there, because it was Sadi Osman. Yeah, it was Sadi Osman. He was 1 of 4 the last time. That's what they want. They want guys like that shooting the basketball. And Deuce McBride made a quote after the game on Sunday that really nailed it for the Knicks on the defensive side. They asked him about his play on Donovan Mitchell. Now, we all saw, it was hell to pay for Donovan Mitchell when the juice card was drawn. But what he said is that this is the head of the snake. And he's right. See, Cleveland has a lot of nice players. They're a good team. They're 4th in the East. Okay. But they won 50 games. But the thing is that without Mitchell and Garland, if you cut them off, and although Mobley is going to be that dude that even without them, he would be able to carry them, he's not this year. He's only 21. Like I said, he's the leopard without a spot right now. So, you know, you take advantage of him while you can. So they can't, him and Allen and LeVert, they can't win the game by himself. They can't. They're supporting cast type dudes in this scenario. So if you cut off the head of the snake, which is Donovan Mitchell, you cut off Cleveland. Now, he was 5 of 18. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that will hit contested, ridiculous shots from everywhere on the floor if he's gotten going. And I expect that to be the case today. I mean, it don't matter if it's a 3. Now, he was 0 of 4. He shot like 34% from the field on 3, and he's shooting worse in the playoffs. Throw all that out the window. Okay? They got to continue to guard him. They got to continue to put the pressure on Garland. But they want Okoro to shoot the basketball. And that's why you see Danny Green in there, because the Knicks have been leaving Okoro open because they don't, he was 1 of 5 on it. See? So you want, okay, leave him open. And then if Sadi Osman is in, leave him open. Okay? They got this guy named Wade who hasn't been playing. He was a Knick killer when we played them during the season. Wade was hitting 3-point shots. I forgot. What's this cat's name? Dean Wade. That cat was killing us from 3. And he has been playing. So, okay, we ain't got to worry about him. But they got now a decision to make, because if they bring LeVert in the game and he starts, which is what they did Sunday, which is what they did Friday, because LeVert went off on Monday, they're going to lose something on the defensive end. Because now what are you going to do? Guard Brunson with Garland, which is what they tried? That ain't going to work. And then LeVert's not going to be able to guard him either. And then LeVert's going to get in foul trouble, and there goes your bench scorer. And that's why you've seen Ricky Rubio making an appearance, because they're trying to get some bench scoring between Danny Green and Ricky Rubio. Neither of these guys bothering the Knicks because you put them on the floor, whoever they're guarding is going to they're going to attack him, that person, right? Well, not Green so much. So Green plays really good defense, but Rubio used to be a good defender, but now after the knee issues, no. So the Knicks on defense have got to keep, as I said, Garland and Mitchell out the paint. If Mitchell is bombing from three and killing us, okay. As long as they're contested, we're good. We want Okoro to shoot the basketball. We want him to shoot. Even Evan Mobley, who is really he can shoot the three now. But in these playoffs, because of the intensity, he hasn't been. So you might want to let him shoot too. Let him go out there and shoot if he wants to. Juju could do that and then double. But we're going to need the defensive intensity that we've been getting from him. And I don't think that's going to be a problem. The Knicks, put it this way, in the boxing, Floyd Mayweather, if you watch boxing, what Floyd Mayweather did, especially at the end of his career, but he did it his whole career, he'd spend the first 3, 4, 5 rounds of a fight figuring out his opponent because he was so high IQ in terms of boxing. Once he figured you out, he started tagging you at will because he knew the angles, he knew the shots that you would fall for, he knew where you were open, and he was accurate in tagging you because he figured you out. Well, let me tell you something. I think the Knicks have figured out the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers tonight need a Jimmy Butler-like 56-point effort from Mitchell. They're going to need Garland to come up with 30. They're going to need that. They're going to need to win the battle of the boards. They're going to need to keep their turnovers low. The problem is they can't do all. It's very unlikely that all that's going to happen at the same time against the Knicks. It's very unlikely. So the Knicks have, once the Knicks decide, oh, y'all want to rebound with us? Then the Knicks started going up, especially Mitch Rob and Hartenstein. And the key there with those two is the foul trouble. The last game, Mitch Rob only had 2, and then Hartenstein only had Hartenstein had 5. Hartenstein had 5. But Mitch Rob, he only had 2, and he had 7 offensive boards. If Mitch Rob is able to stay on the court, that means if the referees don't take him out the game, and there haven't been because they've been allowing these teams to play physical, the Knicks in good shape on the boards. And then, of course, we need Randall to be Randall. And we need him. It's not his scoring. We need him to be the ferocious rebounder that we know he could be. And we need him to attack. And we need him to rotate on defense. To recognize when the ball is swinging and help. That's what we need. If we get those things from him, I'm not worried about him shooting his 3. I'm not worried about him scoring. As long as he attacks now, I think we'll be all right. Because I know RJ's going to do it. RJ did it Friday and he did it Sunday. He's going to continue to attack. In fact, that's been a kind of a problem. RJ and Randall, somebody said, we wouldn't be this far without Randall. I don't agree with that. He said because RJ regressed. Part of the reason RJ regressed is because he got to share the court with Julius Randle. They don't fit. They never have. Okay, Thibodeau is making it fit, but they really don't fit. Okay, which is why RJ usually has great games and Randall's not involved. Okay, so that's been a bit of a problem. They kind of crowd each other. All right, but we're going to need them both to attack today. We're going to need both of them to attack. I'm going to need Julius Randle to be that rebounder that I know he can be. I'm going to need him to go strong at that rim. I don't need him hoisting up threes if he don't got it. I need him going strong at that rim. I need him and RJ to make quick decisions with the basketball. Don't hold it. If you ain't got something, pass it. If you got something, go. Just like that. And when they do that, then they're going to win this game. Okay? If they do that, then it's going to win. And this is what I'm saying. When you got a situation where it's not about the other team. Like, in other words, it's not Cleveland beating themselves and they're just better than the Knicks. The Knicks are the better team. And when you have that scenario where you have too many weapons, you're too good for the other team, it's about you now. So you got to play your game properly, okay? So that's all you got to do. You got to play your game properly. You got to rebound. You got to out-rebound them. You got to keep your turnovers low. You got to attack the rim. You got to make quick decisions with the basketball. You do that, you win this basketball game, and this thing is over. We're going to see, though. It's not going to be easy. They're going to be like a wounded she-bear with her cubs. They're going to be out here to kill and fight. You know that. But And Cleveland crowd they know their season's on the line and they're going to be going crazy. But the thing we know is the Knicks are one of the best teams in the NBA on the road. They're one of the best road teams in the NBA. They went 24-17 on the road. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau. They went 24-17 on the road this year. So they are used to playing in hostile environments and coming in somebody's house and taking their lunch. They used to doing it. Okay, so this is going to be a tough game. Yeah, it's going to be like that. So hey, what I'm saying, the Knicks could win this tonight. It's going to be tough, but if they follow the game plan, there's nothing Cleveland could do. There's just too many weapons, and we haven't even mentioned Emmanuel quickly. We haven't even mentioned Obi Toppin. We haven't even mentioned these guys yet. Okay, so and then of course there's Josh Hart. So we got too many weapons for Cleveland, and they're too deep. The mob is too deep. Period. Really is. So I'm cautiously optimistic because it's really going to be tough in Cleveland. And like I said, Cleveland's a good team. You got to give them their respect and their flowers. They 51-win team. But the Knicks can end this tonight. The Knicks are the better team. The Knicks have too many weapons for Cleveland. And if we can, I say if now, if we could get by Cleveland and Miami beats Milwaukee, Julius Randle becomes very important because Miami has nobody to guard Randle. See, this is the problem. The head of our snake is Brunson, okay? And if Brunson is killing and you get Randle with that basketball and he makes the split-second decisions to go strong at the rack, see, Miami's weakness is they do not have a legit power forward right now. They're trying to play all behind Kevin Love at the power forward. They don't have no power forward, okay? So Randle can have a field there. It's going to be Max Strus trying to guard him, Duncan Robinson, even Bam Adebayo. But if you put Bam on him, which they probably will put Bam Adebayo. If I'm Miami, I would put Bam Adebayo on him. But now you got a problem with Mitchell Robinson snatching all the rebounds. And Miami's a defensive-oriented team. And if you out-rebound them, you beat them. Okay? So, and the Knicks match very well with Miami. So, I'm not saying it's clear skies going forward to the Eastern Conference Finals, because I don't want to say that because, no. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm saying if we could beat Cleveland tonight, there could be great opportunities for New York. Great opportunities. Okay? We'll talk more about that after tonight. But anyway, y'all enjoy your Wednesday. We're real busy today. I got a 6 o'clock Bible study. I got a class from 7 to midnight, but you better believe I'm going to go. I got the class online, so I'm online with the class, and I'm watching the Knicks. You know that's going to happen. So anyway, we'll talk. Y'all enjoy your Wednesday. Be safe out there. Shalom.